Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'll be doing a purple eyeshadow look and nude lips. So I had already prepped my face off camera, so now I'm just applying my foundation. And the trick to getting like a smooth look when applying your foundation, always go with your setting spray. I usually go over with my Veebeauty setting spray and then I blend and when you're blending, do not drag. You just need to dab on it lightly with your beauty blender or your brush or whatever you're using to blend your face. It helps and it gives you that smooth look that you're going for. So just keep blending and blending and blending until you're satisfied with how your face looks. So here I noticed that the foundation was too light, so I added a darker shade to enable me achieve that skin blend. So that's what I'm doing now. So I did the same thing on the other side, applied my foundation, went over with my Veebeauty setting spray, and guys, this Veebeauty setting spray is amazing. It works magic. So I repeat the same thing I did on the other side of my face here. Just blend and blend and blend until you're satisfied with the way your foundation looks on your face. That's when you can move to the next step. Do not move to the next step when your foundation is giving you a different face, a different color from your neck, basically. Yeah, you're welcome. You don't get this type of gist or news anywhere. So my next step is to contour my face, and I'm going over with a shade that is darker, one shade darker than my shade, and I'm just applying it on my cheekbone and over my forehead. And I'm using a brush to blend here, not a beauty blender. You can use a beauty blender also to blend, whichever one works for you, but here I'm using a brush and I'm just going to be blending again to avoid harsh lines. You have to blend properly. So I'm just going to be doing the same thing on the other side of my face also. Same thing I did, one shade lighter than my skin tone, and I'm just going to be blending also. And make sure that when you're blending, you blend out the harsh lines, because it would not make your face look fine if there's harsh lines everywhere on your face. So the trick is to blend and blend and blend. I'm also applying on my jawline to give me that sharp look. So that's what I'm doing here. And now I'm making sure that everything is sitting on my face properly. So I'm applying my blush now, and the blush is supposed to go on your cheekbone. Usually you're advised to smile so you know the place to properly apply your blush. And I'm going over with a liquid blush. And there's another trick, guys. You can also use a liquid lipstick if you have a liquid lipstick that doesn't dry almost immediately. It works magic also. So I'm just blending that now with my beauty blender. So now it's time to highlight my face. I usually go over with 3 shades. The first shade is usually brighter because it's like close to the tear dot, so it's supposed to bring out your face basically. So I apply that there, under my chin, my forehead, and my nose. Then I go over with the second shade, and the second shade is usually to help the first shade blend out properly. Now the second shade is just like a shade lighter than the first shade I used. So I'm going over with I'm applying it on the places where I applied the first shade, like over it now. Then the third shade is the stop shade. This is now like a concealer that is your shade, and this is to help everything blend properly. It works magic, and the trick is to start blending from the last shade down to the first shade that you apply. So that's what I'm just doing here now. You can see my face is not looking so bright, but it's still going to be highlighted. Always remember to blend. Always remember to blend properly. And also, something that can help you blend with your blending game is the brush or the beauty blender that you use. The brush should be a brush that is soft, not so hard, because it won't blend properly. And your beauty blender should be extremely soft also, to enable you blend properly. So I'm starting from the stop shade down to the first shade that I applied. You can see how the highlighted part is already showing and my face is already snatching up. So now I'm just making sure that I blended everything properly before I set my face. Because if you don't check to be sure that you blended everything properly, when you apply your setting powder, it would be giving you harsh lines and crack lines basically. So now I'm applying my RCMA setting powder and I'm just dabbing it on my face. I'm not pressing it on the face. This is just to properly highlight my face. So I'm just going over with the powder on the places where I highlighted my T-zones. So when I'm done, I would just brush the powder off my face with a fluffy brush, guys, with a fluffy brush. And you're not supposed to press, like I've been emphasizing on this pressing on your face. You're not supposed to press, just slightly sweep it out. Yeah, basically just sweep out the powder, sweep it out, guys, sweep it out from your face. And I'm using this smaller brush for like the under eye, because that other brush is too big to go under my eye. So you sweep, you sweep, you sweep, and make sure that everything is sitting pretty well. So to properly set the face, I'll be using my Veebeauty powder to just go over the places that I had used the setting powder. So to make my contour pronounced, I'll be using a dark shade on the same powder, the Veebeauty powder, to just go over on the places that I applied the darker shade of foundation. So that's what I'm doing now to make my contour pop. So for my nose, I'm going over with an angle brush, and then I'm starting from the bridge of my nose, basically, to draw a straight line, and endeavor not to drag your brush and the shade of powder that you're using, because if you drag, you'll be moving your foundation that you had already applied on your face, and it won't really be a good look on your face. So endeavor not to drag. Dabbing works fine. So now I'll be using my RCMA powder to do the reverse contour. And this is usually under where you contoured to give you that sharp look. So that's what I'm doing now. So because I'm about to do my eye look, I'll be using the same setting powder to avoid my eyeshadow dropping down on my already highlighted face. So it's time for my brows, and I'm using my Beauty Line by Didi pencil to draw. So if you've not seen my previous video on how to properly draw and conceal your brows, you should check it out. It's a very simple way to enable you draw your brows properly, because I did not focus on that in this other video. So I'm team full brows, and I do not like to carve my brows because I do not have brows. So I basically just fill the brows in like so. So that's what I just do. I fill the places that do not have much brows, and you brush. So I'd already concealed my brows off camera as usual, and now it's time for my eyeshadow. So now I'm just setting my face with a neutral powder. So I applied my eyeshadow primer, and I'm using my African Queen eyeshadow palette from Blossom. This eyeshadow is very pigmented and is good. I recommend it. So the first purple shade I use is not a dark purple. It could pass for like a pink color, basically. So I'm going over with that shade on my eyelid. And always use a soft brush for when applying your eyeshadow, because it will help you blend well. So now I'm using like a more pronounced purple over that first shade that I used. As you can see, the purple is already popping. So it's already coming out, and I went over on the first shade so it would pop more. So I'm going over again with my eyeshadow primer to crease my lid a little bit. So now I'm using a flat brush to apply this other shade on the place that I applied my eyeshadow primer. And this is just to make the colors, that's the purple, not look too purple, but at the same time look fine. So that's what I'm doing now. And I'm dabbing on it again. I'm dabbing, I'm not dragging. Because if I was to drag it, obviously I would look like a clown afterwards, because my eyeshadow primer is just going to be everywhere on my face or on my eyes. So yeah, I just dabbed, and I'm doing the same thing I did here too, applying the primer like so. Then after that, I would dab the other color that I used on it. Dabbing the same color over it. So now I'm just blending out any harsh lines from the eyeshadow. And I'm doing that with the darker shade of purple. And you can see he's looking all fine already. Yeah, that's the purple. Oh, and I like purple. Purple is one of my best colors, by the way. So now I'm just setting everything on the eyes with another fluffy brush. You guys, make sure your brushes are soft and do not drag your product away from your face. So I already fixed my lashes off camera again. So now I'm just using that fluffy brush to take out the setting powder that I had applied because of my eyeshadow. So now I'm just setting the whole face with my powder. So I'm just using a bigger powder brush now to check and balance my face. And now check and balancing is just like the name implies, you're checking and you're balancing whatever you did not balance before. So now I'm just going over with my powder shade on my face. Now I'm going with my Kiss Beauty setting spray to set my face and make everything sit well on my face. And this setting spray helps you to like balance your face properly. If you have like maybe your face is looking lighter than your body, it helps you to align everything. So now I'm applying a brown lip. I'm using that to line my lip, of course. And I'm a fan of nude lips. So you might be seeing more of nude lips on most of my looks. So I'm just properly aligning with a lip brush now. And then I would apply a nude lipstick in the middle. So I've already applied the nude lips, and now I'm applying my bronzer also, or most of you may call it highlighter. So that's what I'm doing. And it goes on the place that you highlight, your cheekbone, under your jaw, the place that you highlighted basically, but avoid under the eyes. So on the nose, I'm just applying on the middle part, like, and I'm dabbing it, I'm not dragging, and then the pointier side of my nose and on my lip also. So guys, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I did enjoy creating. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in my next video. Bye.